Good evening. Hey guys, how you all doing? Well, it's really great to be back in front of the log pile and have a few of one of my favourite hobbies behind me, which are my saws. It feels like an age since I was last able to do this. I'm not sure if I mentioned a while ago that I've been needing to empty some workshops, and it's taken a lot longer than I expected. Months. And in the meantime, I hope to show and catch up. I have some amazing saws to show, and also some amazing project saws which there's just no time to get to them, and there's literally zero time to get to them. I'm going to be predominantly working on my British saws, which I have so much love and interest for, and so we'll systematically start working through some of the project saws again, and hopefully lots of you out there will find something you think, I'd love to work on that. So tonight I'll try to get through 3 or 4, do some brief overviews, show the condition, and so to all those that messaged about the beautiful Echo 452, this was genuinely only fueled the first time the other day on the 15th, so just a few days ago. And Japanese saw, any of you don't know Echo, they are impeccably built. The early saws, at least the early ones, impeccable. And the pro range of the later ones are spectacular. This very, well, it's a very distinctive look for this saw. Oil and filler caps at the front. The dial behind is the adjustable chain oiler, really effective and excellent. And so you'll instantly recognize this from their smaller siblings, the CS302, the 302S, then the precursor to this, the 451, started a handful of years earlier than this one. This is the 452, and then you'll notice the same on, again, all the way up to the 602, the 701 VL, the 702. So this girl then started life in, these are early 70s saws, 71, 72-ish, and then quickly moved from the 451 to this incarnation. So this girl has the triangular type of AV arrangement, really unusual AV mount on the rear handle, the fold over knuckle guard, fully adjustable chain oiler. Love the manual oiler as well by the thumb. A really just beautifully built, really lovely idle adjustment screw that you can just simply get to if you're working at elevation. You need extra RPM to stop it cutting or to stop it not idling well. It's lovely to be able to have these things to be able to adjust it hand or mag alloy. Run a 42mm piston, 32mm stroke. I think the 452 started life 75-ish, and then depending upon the literature, at about a 10-year spread. Some of the literature I think says 8, but the Japanese literature I believe says 10 years. So people said, hey, does it run? So she wasn't ever fueled until the other day. Just impeccable. Years of sitting and not running, and haven't had the fuel filter out of it, haven't taken off the flywheel, just untouched. And as a matter of course, I put a brand new plug in her just because when I fueled her, I just wanted to see. So she has a brand new plug in her. Beautiful period Oregon bar. This is one of the early Oregon Pro Light bars with the older colour scheme, just in lovely condition, and chain life is immaculate. So, hope that answers the question. No, she's never touched wood. The blade hasn't touched wood, not in my possession. Knuckle guard's complete. Has had a repair on the underside, and the handle has been welded. I don't weld personally, and so the handle's welded and it's elevated it up slightly, and so when you place it down, kind of sets it slightly off angle. Other than that, the repair underneath, she's beautiful. I'm sure on a restart. So that is the gorgeous, gorgeous 452 VL, Japan, beautiful enameling, beautiful saw. Hopefully that's a really, really nice saw for somebody to look at. Okay, right, let's start with this one next. This is really late for me. I'm actually unsure of the exact model. I was going to pull off, because several people had messaged, I was going to pull off the exhaust and measure the pot and piston. I know it finishes with a 5, so it's either a 445 or 455. And okay, I'm pushing the grey matter. I think they're really late as well, these. I mean, I'm sure these are around 10 years old, probably. They start life depending upon the model. So it's either running a 4233 or a, I can't think what the 455s are. They have 4732. I think they're, yeah. So I'm unsure which. Incredibly clean saw, really clean, and has the quick release, which is really nice for the chain or clutch cover, so you can tension it without it. Chain brake working, decompression valve on top, primer bulb at the side, uses the snap clips, which is really nice. Both correct filler caps, AV mounts all feel tight. The saw, how does she run? I can't remember how she runs. We'll try her now. So that's how she runs. Absolutely starts and runs and bounces off the top. I've not put an RPM counter on her, but I could do that if enough people wanted to see that. Really like this layout actually, with the sight glass for the fuel. Just feels a beautiful weighted saw, ferocious little engine. So bear that in mind. I haven't taken off the exhaust, so I'm unsure if this is a 445 or 455, or if any of you know from IDing that with the decompression valve on top, primer bulb, let me know. So yep, she runs, haven't changed the plug, nothing, filter, nothing's been off of this saw. So exactly as is. So that's an amazing little project saw, but she does have that, you can just hear it, can't you, when she's running, just that tiny bit of hesitancy. But again, carburetor service, fresh plug. What am I doing? Just sounds slightly rich. Keep doing that as well. I keep pulling this up and then reapplying choke, as opposed to putting it back down just in the throttle lock position. Ferocious engine, AV mounts tight, so that's the gorgeous either 445 or 455 Husqvarna. Let's put that girl there. Great project saws. Okay, this next one's interesting, possibly. Exactly as she came in. So she looked like she was missing more than she actually was. This is a Stihl MS181. Really late. I think it's, well, let's have a look. Yeah, this is a 2011 saw. And what is she missing? Just the obvious things as you look at her. Actually, click that back on. It has no top cover, but I was really surprised. I looked the other day and you can pick up genuine brand new steel top covers for around the £20 mark, something like that. Side cover. And that's the chainsaw, as far as I can tell, that's the chainsaw which is complete. Again, excuse me, nothing's been done to this saw. I mean, nothing. AV mounts all feel tight, chain brake's working, or chain brake applies. And very hard to tell the condition of the compression because again these are a lot of people think this type of layout is quite modern. That'll bring us on to the other one in the background actually nicely. This, so although this is a 2011 model saw, these run a 2 cubic inch. So they're a 38/28, 38mm piston, 28mm stroke. And strangely then, the Stihl 015, which might be in camera shot over there, from 1970, what is that? That's an 11/16 series saw. That series is unique for the 15. That is 71-ish as well, 71, so some, and that runs 28/38. And interestingly, that 28/38 combination is carried forward to the 020, the 020 AV, the 020 AVP. The 020 AVS is a play on that size. That's a 40/28, so 2mm up on the piston, and then you kind of trundle forward in time to the 018 and then the 180, the 181. They're all exactly the same. They're all the same piston layout, 38/28. And then of course the 017s, the MS171s, you get that tiny distinction in power and displacement because the piston is same stroke, same, yeah, they're all 28mm, and then 1mm smaller on the piston, so they're all 37. And then the model up, the 18s over the 17s, a 38mm piston instead of 37. Anyway, so this saw has the Elastostart, but feels good, and they're only a 32cc engine, so she's missing this. And if I take this off, better have that to hand. Hey guys. So I bought the primer bottle out. So the only thing I can think this thing doesn't do, and done nothing else to it, is if I squirt some fuel in. I squirt some fuel in. So utilizes the fuel that you squirt in. Sounds really nice as well. Really responsive on the throttle. Doesn't run away with the revs. So that's the 181. That's an amazing project saw for somebody, and okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, just noticed something strange on this saw. Okay, it's strange what you notice on saws when you just don't ever look at them, or they've just been there and they've just not been looked at. Let me go around the rest of it condition-wise. So, brake working, handle feels tight, springs don't appear to be broken. Tiny crack, one baby crack in the handle in this corner, but maybe ½ an inch long. Everything else there, correct filler caps, chain oil is working. I've just noticed something else very strange. I didn't think these had Okay, I have to photograph that for people. I wonder if that's clear on camera. There's a loop of pipe, or there's a hoop here for a primer bulb. Okay, I may have found out why it just doesn't pick up any fuel. Someone's pressed a loop of pipe where there should be a primer bulb. But anyway, that's the 181. So, lovely compression. Minute you fire, or minute you prime it, it fires. And I photographed her. I didn't know there was an air filter cover, so I'm not sure what I've just done with that either. I'll find it. So she does actually have the air filter cover. So there you go. That's an amazing project saw. That's the beautiful 181. Really, really very attractive saw. So if there's no real interest, I might just buy the covers and get the primer bulb for that one. But I've got my hands full, really. Guys, that's the 181. Okay. Now, and all right, last one. It's getting dark. So the last one tonight then is the beautiful Stihl, taken off this cover, so again, so I can prime it and just show people. This is the beautiful Stihl 015L. Little baby top handle saw from Stihl. 1116 chassis, early 1970s, 38mm piston, 28mm stroke, just the same as, you know, the 40 years later, nothing's changing. This geometry just works well. All mag alloy, beautiful. Little knuckle guard, no brakes to the side cover, lovely. Genuine steel bar. This is running a 1/4 inch pitch chain with excellent tooth life by the look of it. And it is the tooth life. No brakes on the underside that I can see. Only missing one thing, which is the kill switch, and compression wise is absolutely fantastic for a 32cc engine, which is, well, if she's 71, what does this make her, guys? Wow, incredible, isn't it? 50, 53, 54 years old, depending on when she was made. Right, let's give her a squirt of fuel. So again, I had multiple questions. Does she spark in fire? So you can only tell once again, it's had zero disassembly. Nothing's been off it. Nothing. Spark plug cap looks a bit ropey. Okay, and that is it. Beautiful layout as well. I love this layout. Little top handle. I think that's running original Stihl 13-inch. Solid nose bar. The tip symmetry is excellent. Let's see if this girl wants to fire with a bit of fuel in. Maybe. Okay, and that's what she does. So that's all that's been done to this saw. The minute you put fuel in, she fires and she's away. So an amazing project saw as well. Gorgeous little top handle saw. Amazing to finish off somebody's collection. I think actually I've just noticed the only piece of damage I've noticed on the saw just now as well. So in this bottom right hand corner, there's a tiny piece missing, if I'm in shot hopefully, on this lower edge of the clutch cover. So the kill switch missing, and this tiny corner. Otherwise that's the gorgeous 015. So circa 50 plus years old, and just a work of art. Look at this, to have this up in your workshop hanging. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope that answers all the questions. If anybody's got any more insight on the model for this, as that plate's become damaged there at the front, please let me know if that's a 445 or a 455. Decompression valve on top. Again, beautiful saw. Good chain. I don't know if I mentioned the, is that a 14 or a 15? I think it's a 14. Is it a 15? Can't tell. So hopefully, very clean saw. Beautiful. Hopefully an amazing, again, project saw, basic service. And what a gorgeous modern Husky saw. And tomorrow, if I can, I'd be desperate to show a head-to-head between one of my real early Stihl electrics. So from the late 60s, the E series of Stihl, so proper electric saws when they didn't have low profile chains available and they had to run full size chains, really decent electric brushed motors. We'll run one of those, one of the 2 kilowatt or 2.5 kilowatt ones, and we'll run it against a petrol saw and we'll see how they fare. It'd be really interesting. Guys, stay safe. Bye for now.